Begins the video for test section 134111. We're on US Highway 78, which is the same as State Route 10, in the eastbound lane just outside of Athens, Georgia in Oconee County. We are not going to try to do the crack mapping on this, although it probably wouldn't take all that long. The clouds have built up and we've got one more site to see, and we still have to travel over to Cartersville for a meeting tomorrow morning. And so we'll just postpone this. We'll have to come to this district again anyway for to talk with the local maintenance folks about seasonal monitoring, I'm sure. And when we do that, we can go ahead and pick up the crack mapping at our next instance. Delineated posts, we've got this one is laying over here. It's something that we can't put back up ourselves. The one at the end of the section is also missing, so those are out. The signs are still up, as I showed you the right-of-way sign before. The end of the test section and work my way back, because there are some distress features in this test section, and the distress hasn't advanced so much in terms of severity level as it has in extent since about 2 years ago, which was the last time I was out on this site. There's some things I want to point out, particularly in reference to how we define distress levels, so we can talk about them at the Distress Survey School coming up in Arlington in a couple of weeks. This section, I'll begin working my way back to the beginning. I'll wait till this car goes by so I can get out in the lane. Okay, one thing you see coming down here in the outside wheel path is a gouge mark caused by a vehicle riding down on the rim. We have a porous friction course here on the surface, and now stepping over into the inside wheel path, you can probably see some other lines through here too, but this is cracking, and we noted I think about 200 feet of longitudinal cracking during the little quickie survey we did back when I was first identifying this section. Now that the severity level hasn't changed, but the extent has. We have really more like 450 feet of it now, I would say, just in round numbers, 400 to 450 feet. At this part of the section, say from around 4 plus 20 on down to the end, there's less of it than elsewhere in the test section. Now one thing we do have here is a transverse crack. I believe this is the same ones that we identified originally out here on this project. On that transverse crack, working on back up through the test section all the way up to that point, it's almost a continuous longitudinal crack working down the inside wheel path. Now what I want to point out here is something in relation to the Distress Survey School. I'll move on up again. You can see, try to zoom on it.